difficult. We'll get this little boom mic dealy thing I got going here. I gotta make sure I know where I'm talking to. I didn't mean to be giving you the weird side eye. I never know where the camera is. I'm stuck in that weird thing where I'm like, and then sometimes I look at the streams where I'll try to put the timestamps in, and I'm like, why do I look like a crazy person? It's like, because you are a crazy person. Um, let me get this. I think this is probably pretty good as far as hearing me goes. What do we say? Let's go with this guy a little bit more over here. Yeah, that works. Cinematography. Let's get my priest outfit looking proper. Oh, it's always nice. Oh, look at the nice thumbs up by nobody watching. Hi, Katie. How are you? I figured you'd still be awake. Let's get things set up here. We'll turn off you. We'll turn on you. And then there's me. I'm priesting it up. And let me mute this. And I love it when oh, I'm good. Thank you for asking. Did you have a nice stream earlier? I just came from watching Puppet Master with Katie, Horror Cat Dad, and Jason, the nice one. Nice one. But it was a success. So that's a little more priesty. Am I frozen? I am frozen. Why am I frozen? I think that's just this screen. I think I screwed myself up. Am I frozen? Am I not frozen? No, I'm not frozen. Yay. Okay, let's get this chat up and running. Let's get this well, I'm glad you had a good time. I did too as well. Let me get this up and running. Okay, there. That's closer to better. I'm almost ready and normal. By golly. Are you gonna watch this movie, Katie? Or are you going to bed? You got to be getting close to bed. Woo, it's late. We are starting this at roughly, it is almost 1:30 in the morning right now as I'm recording this. So typical Night Owl movie talk fashion. So, and just like that, some folks show up, which is always nice of them. I always appreciate folks. So yeah, this is a first time watch for me. I've only done one other first time watch. That was The Flash. And I heard kind of similar reviews for The Flash as this, almost like people had critical thoughts on it. I'm familiar with this topic. There was a documentary by William Friedkin called The Devil in the Priest, something, Dr. Amanth, or something, I don't remember. It was on Netflix. And the movie itself was just relatively But oh, let's see. Russell loves this film. Yeah, I'd never seen this before. I'd kind of wanted to see it when it was in the theater, but not that much because, like I said, the documentary was and I've seen the trailers for it, and the reviews were mediocre at best. And Russell Crowe gets on my nerves because he does this thing where he doesn't want to admit that he's making horror movies. So when he did whatever the one with the truck is, I already forgot the name of it, where he loses his damn mind and goes on road rage. That one was basically a horror movie. And then I also feel like this one is, clearly a horror movie, but he was, saying he doesn't like to do horror movies. So that alone rubs me the wrong way. But in general, I like Russell Crowe. His long list of, Gladiator alone is enough to make me like Russell Crowe. But, Virtuosity and Master and Commander, that's a classic. Russell saw it on Look Movie too. It's on Netflix now. So that's why I figured I would watch it. And I pay the money for Netflix. And the main thing I use it for is I binge shows. So like whatever the new cool show on Netflix, I'll put that on, and then I won't turn Netflix on again for a month. And I'll be like, oh yeah, Netflix. They used to be my favorite one. Mayan's in bed. Thank you for saying hello from bed, Mayan. That's very sweet of you. I know we're going for a late start time here tonight. And Saturday night on a long week, and you had the kids today. I know Mayan's schedule better than she does. I got to quit stalking that poor woman. Um, there, that's better. Sort of, yeah. Father Netto, good to be you, sir. Echo, my son, I'm glad you're here. Echo's ordained, he really is. I am as well, but not really. I'm ordained in the Church of Lebowski. I'm a Dudist priest, but it's an online thing. You don't got to pay any money. But technically, in some states, I'm apparently allowed to like ask for tax deductions because I'm a practicing Dudist priest. But it's really more just I wanted the certificate to put on a wall, like put on my hang up. It's around here somewhere. I used to show it to people as a goof. But Echo's like he could perform a wedding probably. Man's exhausted from Legoland. I don't blame you. I got a bunch of people at Legoland, and I got a bunch of people at Hollywood Horror Nights, or all these different like emerging like Halloween stuff popping up. Folks everywhere just look exhausted to me. Oh, Katie, yes, thank you for reminding people to hit the thumbs up button. This is on Netflix. I'm going to get started with this in a little bit. I don't know how many people are going to watch. This is the first time I've ever seen it. I'm curious what the effects look like. I basically just want to see what the tone of it is. It's not really for a horror movie. Watching it for the first time with a chat isn't really conducive, but I don't really think this movie's going to be the type of thing that if I watched it alone in the dark, I would just get so creeped out and into it. I watched some damn movie. Who was in that one? It was about two priests. It was also on Netflix. It was like two priests, and it was basically Men in Black, except they went around doing exorcisms. It was ridiculous. Aaron Eckert, maybe? I don't remember. It's somewhere in my Netflix queue of things I've rated. But it was like, yeah, two dumb priests, and they just go around to these people and try to like unpossess their kids. This one in general, Echo got ordained in the Church of Life. It's free unless I want the paperwork and whatnot. Oh, that's good. There you go. Well, welcome, my brother. I appreciate it. Your favorite person in the whole wide world. Thank you, Mayan. And don't forget, we'll be here Tuesday. Me and Katie are going to have a 10 p.m. Eastern showing of Scanners. So that's right up your alley. You would love to see Scanners, I bet. That's going to be another one that's a winner for you. But anyways, yeah. So I think I'm going to get it queued up while I'm talking to you guys. Yeah. Oh, that's right. I did have it queued up. Look at me on my P's and Q's. And it's 5 people just leave. Like, don't ever say that again, Don. All right, so 133. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and start. Echo hasn't seen Scanners in ages. Echo, you come by too, man. You're always welcome. All right. Good night, man. You're the best. Every time you drop in, you're a bright ray of sunshine in the middle of the night. You're wonderful. Oh, let's see. We got Katie moderating. We got Russell. We got Echo moderating. Yeah, this works. This works. I feel like we have a comfortable crew to ride with. So I'm gonna hit giddy up and play on this. So if anyone anywhere is watching along later, I'm gonna go ahead and give you the 3, 2. And there's old buddy in a purple scarf. Sure, able to see it. So it's a Sony picture, huh? Is Sony Disney now? Or I don't understand how that worked. Oh no, Fox is Disney, but even though their own entity because of tax purposes, I don't understand that. And Screen Gems. So 2 production company logos. A trick for a bad movie is you count how many little production company logos come up. If it's like more than 3, you know the movie sucks because they had to get multiple investors to try to get it going. When we jeer at the devil and tell ourselves he does not exist, that is when he is the happiest. Wow, way to lay some heavy philosophy on me up front. Russell points out that Scanners was made in Toronto. I like that about Russell. He's always on his good Canadian knowledge. He's representing he's a proud Canadian. The people of Canada are lucky to have him. Oh, so now we got a old priest on a Vespa. June 4th, 1987. Troppa, Italy. You can't say Troppa without saying Italy. Is it Troppa? I think that was racist. The amount of racism that's going to come out of me towards the fine people of Italy is very likely. And I mean no offense to it. It's just I don't see how accents aren't going to pop up. There's a wild hog. They had wild hogs loose in Italy in the 80s. Tighten it up, Italy. Oh, brother. So they do a big push in on Russell Crowe, and he takes off his hat. It's like a hero shot reveal. He's here to save the day. They're establishing up front that clearly they're in the middle of like a farm village, and Russell had to ride the Vespa out there to come perform this exorcism. I'm assuming they're probably going to like pull back a curtain, and we're going to see a possessed little girl writhing around or something. Put the Do they own a television? Yes, I believe so. They put the damn subtitles right where I have the camera positioned. So if every now and then I'm trying to look around you guys, I'm trying to read. For some reason, it's a strange. But I can probably, since this movie has a crap load of Italian in it, I should probably. Yeah, look at there. All right, that's a good kid. So she doesn't look possessed. What is this? This is. I've been lied to. This is false advertisement. So Russell's going to light another candle because there's already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9 visible in the shot. We are currently 3 minutes and 18 seconds in. So now he's trying to get the little girl to say the Lord's Prayer. And I see also on the table they have a big loaf of bread. So I'm assuming they're going to have a communion scene here. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. On earth as it is in heaven, give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our trespasses, and forgive those who trespass against me. Yeah. Oh, never mind. It wasn't the little girl. It was a false flag. Here's her older brother or something, and he's going through some stuff. Yeah, I think that the original documentary was called "The Devil and Father Amaranth" or Moranth or however you pronounced it, and it was directed by the guy who did The Exorcist, William Friedkin. So it made me want to see it, and it was just way sleepy. They were like supposed to be like, "Here's actual footage of exorcisms," and I was like, so the possessed guy introduces himself as Satan. And now Russell's kind of bullying him. Like, oh, yeah, why don't you tell me about hell, Mr. Satan? Most exorcisms, they think it's just like people were having seizures and stuff. Like, in hindsight, when people go back and they look at recordings of exorcism, the scientific explanation is that they had some sort of other medical condition going on. If you got like a brain tumor and it's making you do whatever, suddenly one day you're being a weirdo and nobody knows what's wrong with you, so you must be possessed. So now here's the big hog from earlier, Chekhov's hog. You can't introduce a hog in the first 3 minutes without bringing it back for something. Russell's a sassy priest in this. He's giving old boy like a lot of a guff. He's not afraid of these demons. Amorth. Yeah, there you go. Wow. That was okay. Warning, trigger warning, literally. They just shot a pig in the head, hog in the head. They Russell Father Amaranth or whatever, Amorth, convinced the hog, or convinced the demon inside the possessed guy. I'm a bit shaken up. It caught me off guard. He convinced the demon inside the possessed guy to come out, and they had this hog standing right there. And apparently, the demon jumped into the hog. You know, the old like try to use chickens and all that for your voodoo craziness. So he tried to jump in. So he jumps into the hog, and the second he did, they just blasted the damn head. Hey, Nate. Yes, we did. Yeah, yeah. We already started. I can pause if you want to catch up here. You're the. It is. I'm currently 6:36, but I'd be happy to pause it and let you get caught up here. It's now July 1st, 1987, in Castile, Spain. Oh, okay. Sorry, Russell. Yeah, I'll work on Crow. Yeah, good point. So now we see two younger women, or like a younger teenage girl, and maybe like a woman in her 30s, like her mom or something. Oh, she had a couple kids. Okay. You're there, 6:36. Yeah, you missed the hog getting shot in the head. That was a bit dramatic. I worry about my animal lovers being traumatized by that. I'll try to let y'all know if there's any other violence towards animals. Russell, I'll be channel. It'll be on my channel. Scanners will be. Katie's coming to my place. We were at Katie's tonight to do Puppet Master. So I do a home and away series, like a sporting event. So this is all beautiful, like Spanish countryside. They're at like an old church. Oh, the little kid with headphones on. You're gonna experience some audible problems. I can tell. You're gonna wish you weren't wearing those headphones. Oh, it's like Doctor Who on the inside. It's beautiful. Oh, now they're showing that Crow is he's the fun priest. He's messing with the young nuns. He's a scamp. No problem. Yeah, they've got Russell being like the sassy priest in this. Like he just told his buddy no shit. I don't really think priests say no shit. I mean, I guess if you're fighting demons all day, you become way looser on the restrictions, but he's the bad boy priest who doesn't play by the rules. So far, I'm liking the cinematography. All the shots have been very pretty. You can tell there was effort and money put into it, you know? That's all I can ask for is, can I get some money and effort? Beautiful shot of them restoring this old church or whatever. Ooh, creepy priest with overly well combed hair always makes me uncomfortable. I like Russell. I trust him more. He's more likely to get arrested, but he doesn't make me feel like he's Isaac from Children of the Corn or anything. Hmm. What's she hitting him up for? A cigarette? Yeah, grazie. Uh-huh. See, there you go. There's Italian racism. Um, okay, so they're refurbishing a house, and they're going to move into this old house, and then probably in like the next 10 minutes, this teenage girl is going to get possessed. It's always teenagers. Russell saw the trailer for the DiCaprio and De Niro's new Martin Scorsese film. It looks great. Yeah, I'm. What's it called? The something of the shadow moon or whatever. Um, yeah, people have been talking about it forever. I didn't know if it was going to get held up because of the strikes or if it was going to still come out on time. I believe it's a Netflix, so I don't know. Netflix is one of the companies that's having people strike, so I don't know. It was probably in the can, I would assume. But yeah, a lot of people didn't like The Irishman. I was a fan. I thought, I mean, it wasn't, it wasn't Scorsese's best work, but Scorsese's like Batman. Even when it's bad, I'll watch it. So I enjoyed The Irishman. I thought it was a well told story. It was Jimmy Hoffa is interesting to me, you know. Wow, what the hell? So there was some sort of weird monster. This girl's brushing her teeth, and they showed, oh, it's her little brother. I was gonna say, why would there be demons, like literal demons, in this movie? That's too much supernatural. So it was a fake out jump scare. Russell's with me. Yeah, he likes Scorsese. My only knock against Scorsese is he makes movies a little too long, but he can't help himself. He tells these big long stories. But other than that, yeah, Uncle Marty's the man. So the little kid, even though they're in Spain, he's listening to the Violent Femmes, Gone Daddy Gone, from Wisconsin. People love to let children wander loose in haunted house movies. Hey, Anthony Chabot, what's up, my man? You're watching No Holds Barred? Do I smell dookie? Yeah, No Holds Barred's great. I saw that in the theater actually. Hulk Hogan. I can't remember the guy who plays the bad guy, but I mean I know Zeus, Tiny Lister is the bad guy, but the corporate bad guy. But that's cool of you to stop in, Anthony. I like to keep up with you. You're a fun guy. And Anthony's on the road to 1,000. So make sure you follow him or subscribe to him. I always say follow because I'm too used to Twitter and Instagram and all that crap. Make sure you subscribe to Anthony. Check out his channel. He's on the road to 1,000. He is the number one YouTuber. It's a commercial for Anthony. Kurt Fuller played the main bad guy. Thank you, Echo. That's what I like, Echo. He plays video games with us, whatever, and then when I ask a just question into the ether, Echo pops up and just gives me the answer. He had me on Jeffrey Lewis the other day. I was like, oh boy. Echo Zero Flame. There's more guess when Kurt Fuller. When is Kurt Fuller's birthday? Today? Or is it the same birthday as yours? That's why you know who he is. September 16th. He turned 70. Holy shit. Him and my mom have the same birthday. They both turned 70. Cheers to my mom. So cheers to Kurt Fuller and my mom. Kurt Fuller. Cheers to Kurt Fuller and my mom for both turning 70 today. So So Russell's in here, or sorry, Crowe is in here giving these nuns the wackiness. And these old priests sit at this like Last Supper table. Good point. Cheers, Paps. You're right. I got Pat Master in the chat. Nate, he's awesome. Nate, I've never verified that is your name, right? Everybody started calling you Nate, but I've never been introduced to you as Nate. So I just wanted to verify I'm not just jumping on some weird bandwagon, but I was under the impression that you are a Nate. So if that is indeed the fact, cheers, Nate. That's my guy. He's got a good attitude. He's a big heart on that guy. You can tell by the things he types. He's a loving, caring person. Bless you, my son. Or his father, your last name, because that'd be crazy too. We're on a night of weird coincidences. In an alternate universe, Anthony wrestles Hulk. Well, I hope you win. Be careful. He likes to scratch backs, and he's a bad guy. He's a secret bad guy. Don't fall for his tricks. Thanks, Nate. Yeah, I was trying to think. I was like, well, what the hell would I put on to look like for this movie? So I turned the lights red, and then threw some white duct tape on a black dress shirt, and we're gonna go with it. The secrets of the Hollywood trade. Hulk Hogan is a racist piece of shit who loves to lie, just not good ones, and wants to bang his own daughter. Apparently, Echo is not a Hulk Hogan fan. Yeah, I feel you, Echo. Hulk is a troubled individual. He's by all accounts, he's not a very good person. But I don't have to deal with Hulk on a day to day basis, so thank God. But his relationship with his daughter is bizarre. When I saw him putting suntan lotion on her grown booty, I was like, no father should be touching their daughter's grown booty. I don't care if they got a hemorrhoid or nothing. Just He's a theologian, a lawyer. I'm a journalist, and I'm a practical man. I should have done this in a really bad Russell Crowe accent. Sorry. I was also a partisan in the war. Oh, he's making these priests. See, he's giving the priest establishment the what have you. He's the rebel without a cause of priests. These guys are like staunch and stuffy, and Russell's like rock and roll, man. Yeah, I agree, Echo. His lies are rough. It's just when I was a kid, they made him. I mean, he was, yeah, like Anthony was saying, he's a Hulk Hogan fan. It's just when I was a kid, they made everybody like they made Hulk Hogan a cartoon character, so it's hard to separate the character that was in the cartoon from the dude who was on that reality show. I guess I don't know. So Russell's just pounding espresso and giving daps to priests because he's cool like that. He feels like they're setting him up. Oh wow! So now they're showing a flashback of a woman who was possessed and apparently committed suicide. And it's interesting storytelling. It that they just out of nowhere did like a weird jump cut away to a flashback, and then they cut back to this. Well, let me see her jump or whatever. Just a shot of a woman walking was kind of weird. Nate says he's a big tugboat and earthquake fan. That was right about the time I quit watching, and then I came back when I watched wrestling when I was a little kid, and then it got too corny. And then when I was in college, it turned into like NWO and Stone Cold and stuff. It was like wrestling somehow grew up with me out of nowhere. But then when they got in trouble for having too much blood and violence and boobs and stuff, and they had to go back to a PG model, I couldn't f with it no more. So this woman's in this big giant old house walking around, in her pajamas, and she's freezing. Freezing is always a tip off of ghosts and demonic possession. I have no idea why. Nate likes the Rockers. Yeah, I remember them in the AWA. I actually saw them live when they were in the AWA, and then they showed up in WWF before WWE. And about the time Shawn Michaels super kicked Marty Jannetty is right around the time I quit watching. Like, yeah, it was like right. Maybe that was like the last big feud I saw. Bruiser Brody, that was my guy. Yeah, him and Abdullah the Butcher used to like fight every week somehow. See, that's the problem with watching this for the first time with captions. I'm having trouble understanding the cultural ethnicity of this family. Like they're in Spain, but it appears little buddy's going to get possessed, the little kid, and then Russell's in Italy in the Vatican. But the kid is listening to American music, literally, because the uh, Violent Femmes had a song called American Music. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe if that was the type of thing, if I listened to it, I'd get a better grasp of who they are. Echo would go crazy if he was in a big house with all that empty space. Um, yeah, it's one of those things where when you're not practical, a big house seems like a great idea, but once you realize heating costs and taxes and all that shit, it's like you kind of just need to figure out how much space you need and keep it at that. Haunting music playing. I love music descriptions in parentheticals. Music escalating in Spanish. Haunting music continues. It's a cool 360 shot. Hard to light 360 shots. So now we were on our second possessed child. We're at oh geez, the 21-minute mark. So right now we're on a possessed child every 10 minutes race. That's a decent pace. Let me get a possession every 10-minute beat. See, Russell follows wrestling too. He knows about Dusty and Cody and them. Oh wow. So the little kid just started scratching the skin off his face. And they immediately took him in for a CAT scan because he was scratching stuff. Get it? I'm so sorry I did that to you. Anyways, um, he's in a CAT scan. We know where this is going. They're going to say everything's fine, but he's all like, and then Russell Crowe going to show up and be like, Dominus Phoboscus, Hominibus. We ride the bus. They ride the bus. I'm at 22 plus minutes, kid scratch face. That boy, Nate. Nate's a good watch buddy. If you ever need to watch a movie with somebody, you track down Pat Master on YouTube. That man, he's a good wingman for this. Yeah, here's another thing. See, she's pointing out how her son's father passed away about 5 years ago. And that's another thing that they would say when they go back and look at the cases of real life possessions is the kids who are possessed or usually have a reason to act out. Either they've lost a parent recently, or perhaps they're like going through some stuff at school or whatever. So this is probably all part of the real case, as I would imagine. You already seen it, Russell? I like demonic possession movies. Obviously, The Exorcist is the king, and everything that comes after it is just trying to like capitalize on it. But Exorcism of Emily Rose was really good. Well, it was an interesting take on the exorcism idea, like the idea that you would have um, like a courtroom case debating whether or not this woman was actually possessed or not. That's a cool idea for a movie. Um, but I didn't like the third Conjuring. The devil made me do it or whatever. That was too much homage in that movie for my liking. Russell says his Russell favorite Russell Crowe movie is American Gangster. So the other older daughter is now wandering around the basement trying to get the lights turned back on. And this house is just like screaming. It looks like the beginning of The Exorcist when they're doing excavating in like a pyramid or whatever. Like that's oh wow. Now the son keeps grabbing the mom's boob and squeezing it real hard and like demanding that she breastfeed him and stuff. So yeah, he's clearly oh wow, there it is. He raised up his shirt and he had Kate scratched into his stomach. Wow. So I've seen all these tropes before in other exorcism movies, but they're playing the notes well enough here so far. I mean, shoot, yeah, less than 25 minutes in, we've already seen a couple of different spooky exorcism scenes. Whoa, then the young priest just got thrown for distance. Yeah, I don't know. I can kind of see how maybe if I was sitting alone watching this, this would be worse. Like right now, I'm mildly enjoying it, but that shot of the little kids screaming, uh, wrong effing priest, rawr, like it looked to me like that was probably half laughable in the theater. Yeah, Pep. You know what though? I keep calling him a boy. I wasn't sure. It's an androgynous child. It looked to me to be a boy the first time, and then a couple times when they've cut to him, I'm like, maybe that's a girl. I don't. So it's just a prepubescent child is the victim here. I don't know if the Pope's Exorcist is the right name or not. I think the Pope's Exorcist would connotate that like the Pope needs an exorcism, right? Or does the Pope just have like one right hand exorcism guy? Like you get out there and you go shake them demons out, buddy. On night 2 of WrestleMania, they had Russell Crowe do the intro for Hell in a Cell. He has his character from the Pope's Exorcist, who is a real person. Wow, that's a lot going on. Russell Crowe as this guy who is playing someone else. We're too far into the rushing nesting doll for me. We're at Crowception. Pat Master says surround sound makes movies for sure. He's saying that the surround sound will make a scary movie in particular better. I agree. I saw Evil Dead Rise in the theater, and uh, I enjoyed it a lot, and other people said they didn't like it, and I was like, maybe they didn't see it the same way I did because that surround sound for that film was excellent in the theater. Like it was an extra character in the movie. Horror movies in general need a score or I don't know, underlying musical keys and stuff. Okay, so yeah, maybe that little boy is actually Abby, so that is a little girl, I guess. Yes, that's what I mean. I don't know. That's one of the things about children and gender. It's like until puberty hits, it doesn't matter. They're children. People shouldn't be sexualizing them or whatever. They're just there. They need to be worried about Legos, not bras or whatever. So the Pope is explaining to Russell, be careful, this demon sounds dangerous, as if all the other demons he's encountered were some real wusses. There's a beautiful castle and a tree side. Oh, there he is on his Vespa. Ciao, babe. It's a Ferrari. Wow, ballin'. I want a Ferrari Vespa. And now Russell's like got his legs out and his coat's blowing in the wind, and he kind of looks like Mary Poppins. I don't think you can ride a scooter from Italy to Spain. I don't know. I'm bad at geography. He's so big for that moped, right? The Pope's real head exorcist. Yeah. See, that's the thing. We were all told back in the 80s, like after The Exorcist had happened, well, after the exorcism came out and people talked about, real life exorcisms, the Catholic Church was like, we haven't done one in, decades. Like, the church's opinion is that it doesn't happen anymore. So we don't, demonic possessions aren't a thing. So we don't perform exorcisms. And then a bunch of other stuff came out that it's like, yeah, they still do them. It's up to the individual priest. He doesn't even have to necessarily go through the Vatican. So you got some, you know, real deep believing Catholic priest on a missionary position, I guess, missionary role. That sounds better. A Catholic priest on a missionary role in like Brazil or somewhere, and the little girl starts, showing seizures or having, weird boils because she has some strange disease she got from the jungle. And next thing you know, Yep. Russell, the cool priest, is getting drunk before he goes performs The Exorcist. Cheers, Mr. Crowe. The gladiator got huge. He is big. Yeah, I noticed his clothes cover up his size in this. Like he's intentionally picked a role where he gets to wear kind of dresses almost, to disguise his current build. What in the hell is the name of that movie where he's the serial killer truck here? Echo, have me on this one. It's an Amazon movie. Russell Crowe is a rageaholic. He has road rage. He tries to kill some woman and her son, and it's a horror movie, but it's like a thriller. Unbroken, the fuck is that called? Somebody in the chat will have me on that. I did a review of it. That's how bad it was. Unhinged. Mr. Bones, god damn it. The fuck? Unhinged. Thank you, Mr. Bones. You're pretty awesome. In Unhinged, he wore a fat suit over being already girthy. And then when people asked him, like, "Oh, look how big you got," and he's like, "No, that's the prosthetics." So he's clearly trying to figure a way around it. Bad it was. I love that flick. I have the Blu-ray. Oh, Unhinged? No, it wasn't bad. It was, it made me mad that Russell kept saying it wasn't a horror movie. Like it's intended to be kind of a thriller, but in my opinion, it was a flat out horror. The very end, I didn't really like. I thought the heroes had stupiditis. Like people in horror movies often are really dumb protagonists, so it's hard to root for them. So like when they went and parked the car and you could still see where they parked it and they went and hid in a house, like all that got on my nerves. But as far as the rest of it, with crazy Russell driving around killing people, that was on the verge of it's almost as good as The Hitcher. Not quite, but it's on that level. So the little possessed kid is speaking in demon voice and scaring the shit out of Russell. They got violated by someone. They're doing pre-paralysis. It wasn't true, and they were kind of on the topic. This happened recently. Wow. Like the movie The Entity. At the something happened to you while you were frozen over. Whoa. Okay. So Russell, Mr. Crowe, Father Amorth was right up in the kid's face, kind of looking at him, seeing if it was a medical condition, and her eyes, whatever, glazed over and turned into some sort of like half snake, deep into the universe, purple kind of thing. It was mesmerizing. Even I got hypnotized for a minute there. Oh no, I feel you. I don't sleep at night either, Pap. I feel you. I've never had sleep paralysis though. I know a lot of people who have. Let me see if I can hear this kid for a second without getting a copyright strike.
You cannot, because my sins have been absorbed by the one.
Yeah. Let me see. Okay. So it's not bad. It's that little kid. Yeah, I was trying to figure out how well you can tell the kid's being overdubbed with a scary voice, and then the kid's acting is mediocre, like real heavy-handed because it's a kid actor. So I needed to see how the overdubbed voice lined up with the kid. And it's not bad. It's not that bad. Pray for the Devil. Which one was that? Yeah, I've heard people hate on the Pope's. I've heard people hate on it, but I like the Pope's Exorcist. Yeah, I've heard mixed reviews. Most of the people I heard said it was bad, and then a handful of people I respect are like, no, it's decent. So I was trying to solve the riddle of, is it actually bad, or is it something that if you're into horror movies you can kind of enjoy? Or so now here's another weird kind of flashback. It's directed really well and it's beautifully shot. Like the cinematography, and it's really good. And just as I say that, somebody gets beautifully shot. So apparently this this demon possessing this kid is a Nazi. Those are the worst kind of demons. I'm drawing a blank. Which one is Pray for the Devil? Let me look. The name is sounding way familiar to me. Jacqueline Byers, Christian Navarro, Virginia Madsen, Colin Salmon. 2022. No, I haven't seen this one, Pray for the Devil. It's on Hulu. And Stars. Okay. Huh. All right. I'll put it on the list, Bones. There it is. But so far, yeah, I mean, the lighting and the mood seems to be well. Like it's shot good tone. It's not a cheap movie, but it kind of did mediocre at the box office. Pope's Exorcist, I'm talking about, not Pray for the Devil. So the first week reviews kind of, ended up stifling it. But all my horror movie people were always like, yeah, it's all right. It's worth watching. Okay, so it is a son. Jesus. See, yeah, I was going to have to call that little kid a kid. Because just now I was under the impression it was a little girl for like the last 10 minutes. Yeah, the only way your son comes back to you is through whatever. Okay. Mrs. Vasquez. He was in the car accident that killed his father. Okay. And then Russell right away is, huh. Yeah, Russell's rolled up his sleeves like me. That's the priest who's down to business. He's not one of these prim and proper, boring, starch-collared priests. He'll drink a little whiskey and go throw some Latin at your kid. You want some of this holy water, biatch? That little kid a kid, exactly. Just let that kid be a kid. I've changed what gender I think it is like 3 times. It's just like The Devil and Father Amorth. Yeah, great. You liked The Devil and Father Amorth, Russell? Yeah, it put me to sleep. I tried watching it twice. I watched it once and I fell asleep in the middle of the night, and then later on I forgot I had seen it, and I read the description. I'm like, oh, William Friedkin in a documentary about an actual priest who goes out and does exorcisms. And I put it in, and I got about 20 minutes into it. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember this. Right, Nate? Russell says, pray for the devils on YouTube. Rhythmic knocking. But you have to be careful, Russell. I think it's Prey for the devil. Or is it Pray? Yeah, this house is huge. The bathroom is bigger than my kitchen. Whoa, red eyes. What kind of jackass gets so spooked out you back into the room where the possessed kid is? Oh, I just lost my sense of where I was. I guarantee you, if I had a possessed kid in the house, I would know where they are at all times. The same way I know where my phone is, I would know where the possessed kid is. Where's my phone? Oh shit, where's my phone? Oh, that's right, it's right there. Oh no. And then the teenage daughter picks up the phone and the dead father's on the phone. Oh snap. Parallax compression shot for scary effect. Where's the other priest? The young one who got thrown around before. Where's he at? Yeah. Bone says it's Prey. Yeah. Pat Master Nate says that he prefers his father to sip a little holy water. It means he's seen some shit, you know? Like, yeah. Oh, okay, so Russell thinks he's found the right one. Good. I didn't want to send you off, Russell. Sometimes people will tell me a title and then I'll Google it and find the wrong one. What was it? Mikey's Morgue was recommended Eaten Alive to me. And I found it on Tubi, but I found the wrong Eaten Alive. Then I had to go back and find the right Eaten Alive. Why can demons not stand the power of prayer? I mean, I know, I guess from a biblical aspect, that would be a. Yeah, Toby Hooper is the one that Mikey's Morgue was recommending. And then there's another one that came out like 3 or 4 years later. So if you're not paying attention, you'll grab the wrong 80s Eaten Alive. Now, Russell Collier's very upset with homonyms. Yeah, I feel you. Okay, so there's the young priest I was asking for, because that's another staple from The Exorcist. It's like we need the older priest and the younger priest. They got to, become like a buddy cop team to defeat this demon. Nate is also agreeing that Mikey's Morgue is fire. He's subbed there too. Yeah, Mikey's good people. I like Mikey. He knows good cult stuff. So if I'm always looking, if I'm always not trying to find stuff that slipped through the cracks. So Mikey's good for that. So now he's trying to hype him up like a coach. Don't let that demon get in your head, man. You be strong, okay? He's gonna say stuff about your mother. You know he is. What if he calls my mother a whore? Is she? Sorry. Obligatory Roadhouse. The younger priest comes in handy by the end. I bet. If they do that same pig trick again, where they get that damn demon to jump into the young priest so they can shoot him in the head. Chekhov's hog. I like how they're like getting hyped up mentally. Okay, come on, prepare yourself. We gotta deal with this child. He's clearly an a-hole. We can't even really determine his gender as how much of an a-hole he is. So they're gonna hit him with some incense. And the little kid says he's going to F them. Time to get in the game. Yeah, exactly. Hit each other on the shoulder pads. I command you, unclean spirit, fall of your minions, attacking the servant of God, Henry. By the mysteries of incarnation. Fuck you and your incarnations. Yeah, this little kid's going for it. He's acting ass off. He's screaming to the heavens and writhing in pain. Young priest is holding his own. Once again with the electricity. There is no way one Zippo lighter would light up that whole big ass room if it was pitch black. I don't know. They made stuff better in the 80s. Yikes. So here's the flat callback to the lady who committed suicide that they showed just walking, but they never showed the suicide. So apparently they're going to drag this out on us. Well, they let her die. She didn't commit suicide, whatever you want to call it. And now she's in hell, you deceiver. Yep, Nate knows that Zippos have movie magic. Same with torches. In movies, all you do is just wrap a piece of cloth around a stick and light it on fire, and you've got a torch. In real life, you need like so much lighter fluid and so much stuff to wrap it on, and the torch goes out right away. Like if you try to make a torch in real life. But in movies, yeah, they all work. You can light the end of a stick on fire and it works like a torch. So now little kids tell him he's effing their daughters. And stupid young priest is already snapping back. You Michael Ian Black looking mug. Why don't you pull yourself together? Young priest had enough and started choking him. This reminds me of Still Possessed or something like that. Like they did like a mock exorcism or exorcist movie with Leslie Nielsen and Linda Blair. I think they might like perform an exorcism on a game show, maybe. Repossessed. Yep, there you go. Echo ain't talked in 10 minutes, and there he is, Johnny on the spot. Freaking Patrick on the spot. That a boy. Thank you, Echo. You are a very helpful moderator and beloved friend. The price compels you. Hit him with that. Exactly. Nate knows. When you run across a demon, you hit him with the power of Christ compels you. The power of Christ compels you. They use rock and roll to beat the devil, which cracks him up. Yeah, I haven't seen Repossessed in a long time. That was a 90s movie, I think. But I just remember how crazy it was. Leslie Nielsen can pretty much, no matter how bad the script is, Leslie Nielsen can make that movie work. He's in very few unwatchables. So now Russell is, Crowe is consoling the young priest who looks like Michael Ian Black. And young priest is not only crying, he's got snot bubbles. So he's falling apart before our eyes. Russell's like, you want some of this whiskey? Bone says church. I want to say it was devil in a blue dress. That sounds about right. I think because I'm not a believer in this religion, that obviously like it doesn't mean the same to me as if I did. Like if folks who really are heavy into it and believe in it all, this movie is obviously way more scary than someone like me who just sees it as a story. But once again, looks excellent. So far the acting has all been relatively good. There's nobody, the little kid is the only one who's kind of hamming it up. And I mean, what do you want? It's a little kid actor. By nature, they're supposed to suck. They're little kid actors. Yeah, Nate, I saw that same thing. Uh, yeah, sometimes the right combination is what makes a good conversation on these movies. So if you get a bad combination, and Nate's saying he had a bad a watch along or a bad stream with a bad combination of people. But yeah, I agree. Echo's the man. Mr. Bones got the cross up. He believes. He's protected himself. I heard in some movie, damn it, now I forgot what. It was some like vampire movie where they explained if the person died, or the like vampire or whatever, if they were a believer before they became a vampire, then the cross works on them. But if they weren't a believer before they became a vampire, then the crosses won't work on them. I have no idea how that affects demons. I assume all crosses work on demons. Yeah, I was kind of watching along that myself, Pap. Yeah, I enjoy Terrence a lot. He's a smart dude. Oh wow, okay, so they're the the mother was laying in bed, and the crucifix she has above her bed, kind of like Nightmare on Elm Street style, turned upside down. And there's a hand in bed cuddling her. And we know damn well it's going to be something awful because she has no man in her life. So who the hell's arm is that? Bones knows what's up. So stupid, not Michael Ian Black is going to go wandering into this possessed child's room alone, and he's putting his rosary in his pocket. You're the worst. You have bad, like, horror movie hero-itis. Is that the mother or the teenage daughter? One of the women is currently hiding under the blankets like a child. I believe it's the teenage daughter, but they didn't give me a good look at her. Why? You're setting yourself up for a jump scare. Let sleeping possessed children lie. All right? Don't disturb them. Russell says that Terrence McKenna is a great Scotsman, and I agree. Oh shit, Mike Tyson. So dumb priest leans in, and evil kid gives him the Evander Holyfield treatment, and pulls back with a mouthful of blood and spits the ear out. So we've got some actual like violence now. Wow, all right. Oh snap! Now the teenage daughter is getting abused by ghosts. Everybody getting their ass kicked. So she's gonna hide in the closet. The sleeping mom is having some sort of dalliance with we don't know who. Oh, it's coming from the bed. Oh, dear Lord. So the daughter's being tormented by knocking. The mom is being tormented by arms out of the bed. The young priest is being possessed by, or being tormented by the possessed kid. Oh, shit. She's just a second ago. I said it was like uh, Nightmare on Elm Street, where she was sleeping with the cross over her bed, which a lot of people do. That isn't a Nightmare on Elm Street thing. But now she's getting sucked into the bed like Johnny Depp. Huh. I'll be gosh darned. Everybody in the club getting possessed. Woo, woo. So Russell just went, or I'm sorry, Mr. Crowe just went outside and looked in the well and saw there was a bunch of skulls and stuff. So there's some awful stuff going on in this home, in addition to whatever tragedies are going on with this family prior to all this. Nightmare on Elm Street vibes. Yeah, yeah. So Russell hears the woman screaming and goes and saves her, and then his partner's all bleeding from the ear, and Russell's like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, I'll get to you." Oh snap! So they kicked open the closet door, and the daughter's in there being ravaged by a ghost. She's being thrown all around and stuff. I keep saying a ghost. I guess I should say a demon. I should use the proper terminology here. I don't mean to. I'm not trying to anger any ghosts. I'm not trying to badmouth you people or you specters, whatever. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to get my head to explode. If I could figure out how periodically during the next movie, I'm gonna get Michael Ironside's skin. I'm just gonna eat a bunch of pizza and chocolate. Ominous music continues. Helicopter shot of the Vatican. That's pricey. So someone has gone through and what crossed out all of the old. Our sins will seek us out. Wow, okay. So Russell's out here, or Crowe is dealing with all these possessed family. Everybody in the house get possessed. It reminded me of that scene in Poltergeist where the dude peels off his face while he's eating chicken or whatever, and then like we just had a breakaway scene where all shit had to just be thrown against the wall. Like, everything's got to hit the fan real quick. And now we can let some tension out. Remember, Angela said a demon is a ghost demon, never was in a human form. So there you go. That's what I'm seeing. I always just think of any sort of haunting of a house or haunting of people as the work of ghosts. But no, this is very specifically demons. I don't want to slander ghosts. Seen a scene like that in a church with Echo there. Polter face rip scene. Yeah. Yeah, I did see that the other night when they had the church on. So okay, so they found all the dead skulls or whatever. I noticed this when I first arrived. So this is like a damn bad video game. The child's possessed in the house, but the real secret is that outside in the well, there's clearly some sort of black magic going on with all these skulls and stuff. But that's creepy imagery. That's cool. The catacombs. Thank you. That's something underneath this place. Night of the Ghost would be just as scary if you ask me. I don't know. Night of the Demon sounds slightly meaner, but Night of the Ghost, same effect. Night of the Ghost sounds like the Vincent Price version of Night of the Demons. Anytime anything has to have muscle in this movie, like a door needed to get kicked open and now a wall needs to kind of be broken through with the butt of a axe handle, they make Russell do it. He insists on doing all the like tough guy stuff. Angela's cross earrings are the right way, but when they're a demon, she turned upside down. Yeah, I guess I didn't notice that. That's pretty cool. So now we're back to bloodshot eyes. And they've found a secret tunnel underneath the house, as Bones called it, the catacombs. What lies beneath? God damn it! Wow, yeah, they got all sorts of bodies of witches and stuff. This is clearly a spooky library. I know a spooky library when I see one. How is there like daylight pouring in, well, moonlight pouring in through the windows and it's lighting everything up? Like, even the fullest of moons, I don't think would do that. I call BS on your Hollywood cinematography, I say. The Ring of the Cardinal Protector. So this is some old Catholic stuff, and Russell's gonna unearth a secret of the Catholic Church, I bet. That's why the Pope sent him specifically. I see a conspiracy. They do this when an exorcism fails to protect people against a demon's escape. So yeah, everybody in the club getting possessed. I don't know why Eddie Murphy had to get drug into this. Your cardinal protector writes to inform you of his own. The great will evil has taken hold of San Sebastian Abbey. It must be buried here for. Oh, but that's where I got the name Abbey from before, you moron. What's the building, not the child? It's locked, and then I fear here. Must have a key. Yada yada. So now Russell's come to the conclusion that the zombie or the dead person in the cage has swallowed the key, Saw style, and he's gonna have to rip apart this person's stomach and dig out a key with his bare hand. And then a big stinky fart gas comes out and almost knocks Russell over. And there's the key. I still don't trust this young priest. He's up to no good. I don't like the cut of his jib. All attempts at exorcism have failed. Satan owns this ground now. I've never seen a demon this powerful before. Oh man, the Pope is just getting a Dear Pope letter. Holy shit, that's powerful writing. If you can give the Pope a heart attack, that should go straight to the bestseller list. So powerful it killed the Pope. Father, may I welcome my son Gareth. Cal. Girls screaming, then laughing, as they do. So the mom, deciding she doesn't want to be terrorized by ghosts anymore, just went and slept on the altar of the church. No fuss, Russ. The fuck? The gases and the sulfur. So now these dudes aren't a straight up video game. If this wasn't based on a real story, I would feel like this was some stuff they threw in to sell the Pope's Exorcist video game. Because they're just wandering around this big underground cavernous maze that's going on for like miles. And there's old artifacts down here. It's like turned into Tomb Raider all of a sudden. Bones and those the fuck. Oh my God, the Pope has seen better days. What trouble has he got? Oh my God, there it was. I was waiting for it and I wasn't expecting it. They've hit on every exorcism movie trope up until this point, except for one. And we all know what that one was. And I was waiting for the pea soup vomit to show up. And just now the Pope decided to puke blood into face of one of his cardinals. Like just projectile vomit like a hose. Thank you. It's like if you check it off on your exorcism movie bingo card. Do we have a young girl in a nightgown? Check. Yeah. Just watched Popcorn. It was weird. I want to see Popcorn. Cal says I look creepy and softly. You are forgiven, my son. Speaking of Michael Ironside, I met him years ago at an AA meeting in Toronto. That is the coolest fucking story I've ever heard in my life on like 4 different levels. So yeah, that's cool, Russell. All right, so now the mom has decided to walk around this big ass creepy house where everybody's getting attacked by herself with nothing but a syringe to defend herself. And she hears spooky demonic growling and she's like, it'll be fine. Echo says BRB. What is this room you're in? Ah, this is the DVD room, Cal. It's the same room I'm usually in, except I moved the TV underneath the Time Cop banner. So you've seen all these movies before. They're just all better presented. Yes, this is my basement. My office is over there, and then the steps are over there, and then the kitchen is above me. My attic gives me the creeps. No, it's too hot up there. I don't want to store my DVDs or anything up there, or any old tapes, especially because it's always humid up there. Oh, I know why you're curious, Cal. You're like Professor Macabro. Can I get your address and a list of hours when you aren't at home? Um, okay, so now the teenage daughter's half possessed. Oh no. 2 possessed kids, no waiting. Amy, get your ass out of here. When the pea soup and exorcism in the face was supposed to hit him in the chest. When I was a kid, I always thought that Chevy Chase movie, Nothing But Trouble, was called Popcorn. Huh. The great dragon was hurled down into the earth where he was bound, and his angels with him. Revelations. So Russell's uncovering some stuff. 200 rogue angels buried into the earth. This abbey is one of those god-forsaken places. This demon, he was trying to find them, to raise an army and destroy the church. Amy, get out of this gosh darn room. I'm not telling you again. Wow, okay, you got flipped pretty hard, and now she's choking herself, and now the other little kid, possessed child, is just choking everybody. The Exorcist was banned in the UK until 2000, so they cut that scene in the Burbs. Holy crap, 2000? That's I could see like into the mid 90s, but yeah, I guess I suppose. But over there, isn't the church more tied in to the not the parliament, but the whatever the king and queen are called? Yeah, that's crazy. 2000 to be banning a movie strictly for like scary religious thought. I wonder if it's banned anywhere else in the world right now, still currently. Oh man, so now the sister got a hold of the syringe and injected it into his damn neck. The censor board. Ah. Did the rotating head bid check? Exactly. You gotta like when I saw Exorcism of Emily Rose, that was the first thing I thought. It's like, oh, they're hitting all the Exorcism movie notes. They know what the money shots are, and we're gonna work them in at some point or another. Ghostbusters couldn't be shown in China, I think. Yeah, I mean, I guess I understand something that could be deemed as like political propaganda. Like if a movie makes America look great and whatever country it's playing in look crappy, they would censor it or something. But I don't know. It just seems to me so like caveman superstition that they're worried about like, religious things and stuff. So Russell's staring at the moon and giving a long speech about the new generation. It's all to them. So Michael Ian Black is sitting here with his bloody ass ear looking like Jack Nicholson in Chinatown. It's kind of funny. It's just a huge band-aid on his ear. Things I've confessed before. Okay, so now like all the action of this movie is going on upstairs in the house where the mom is like doing battle with the demon and the demon's possessing the daughter and they're going back and forth and we got a bunch of crap going on. Russell and the other priest are in the friggin' basement chatting it out. Like, what are you doing? Get back on the clock. You know what else this reminds me of a little bit too? Damn it, I can't think of the name of it. It's on Netflix. It's a story about some soldiers who are in World War II, I believe, and they are in like a French chateau, like a big mansion in France, and they have to protect it, from the Nazis that are coming or whatever. But the house is haunted, and they're like these soldiers are in this haunted house, and it reminds me very similar to this, like the big mansiony house, and them trying to unravel the mystery of why this is all going down. They used a spinning head with Deadpool, Jim Carrey. Yeah, I remember that. Where they did the Exorcist homage in Deadpool. And then Jim Carrey plays the heroin addict who's on the Deadpool. So now Russell Crowe is going through the flashback. Oh, crap. Okay, so earlier I mentioned that there was a disturbing scene where a hog got shot in the head with a shotgun. And now in a flashback scene, this possessed woman bit a head off of a cardinal and showed her chewing it, like with blood coming out of her mouth and stuff. So yeah, a secondary warning to my peeps who are really bothered by animal violence. And a warning to peeps in general. You might get your head bit off. Okay, so now possessed lady who's had her running through line throughout the story. We finally saw her commit suicide like we kind of knew she did. And it's total Nanny from The Omen. She's like, hey, Master and Commander, look at me. It's all for you. And then she jumps off the top. Nate's seen that movie where the soldiers are in the house, but then it's got like a surprise twist ending with the ghosts and the soldiers in the house. That's why I can't remember the name of it. It was actually surprisingly decent, but everybody, when I went to rate it on IMDb, everybody else was like, no, this movie sucks. So maybe I was just high. I don't know. It's all for you, Malachi. In the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. This young priest is just, he's clearly you're headed for self-destruction, buddy. Unless Russell is headed for self-destruction. Because he's got that look about him, like a hog who could get shot in the head. He who walks beyond the roads, exactly. Outlander, we have your woman. Ghost of War, is that what it's called? Had to Google it, was killing me. And then it's got like kind of a crazy ending that it builds to, but it has this same type of thing where they're in the house and they're like trying to figure out what in the hell has happened to make everything go crazy. That's the thing with ghosts and with demons. They always want you to solve some sort of riddle. Like, they're needy as hell. They're like, here, figure out who murdered me, and then I'll quit haunting you. Why don't you just go to heaven or hell or whatever and leave me alone? Why am I Scooby-Doo all of a sudden? I'm not deputized to be your little crime-solving sheriff. I got stuff to do. We must save this child. I can't hear it, but I guarantee you there was like a dramatic music playing like, oh shit, Russell about to kick some booty. Oh wow, Russell just led them all into battle like friggin' Jim Harbaugh or some shit. And now we're getting the classic haunted house shot, low angle, lightning strikes, cobblestone building with rain. That kid looks like hell. Even if he survives, DCF is taking him away from you. Oh, Tomas. That kid looks terrible. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that kid looks terrible. Ever seen Father Ted TV show? No. I'm unfamiliar with Father Ted. Leatherfaces are. Is there any point confessing to your God, Gabe? Give us this day our daily bread. Oh, God. Now, suicide lady who's had the running through plot through the whole movie is on the ceiling. She's dropping cardinal feathers as she chews on another bird. Oh, dear Lord. I burn in hell because of you. You should hear what the lady in the Exorcist mother is doing in hell. It's way worse. Join us in hell, Gabe. Take me in. She is hungry. Oh, now she's going to show us boobs. Look, you can't just. Like, I saw you eat a bird whole a minute ago. Don't try to overcome it with boobs. Like, that's not going to work on me. Okay, it might. Asmodeus, king of Gmahea, release this child and flee from the light of God. And just wind. Wind and blowing curtains. That's an exorcism staple. For some reason, demons control the wind patterns. Admit to thy name and bow to the prayer of God Almighty. This is some. Yeah, they're really building to a dramatic crescendo. We got to be getting close. There's still 24 minutes left in this movie? Oh, dear Lord. This is a false flag crescendo. I'm being lied to, Russell. We beseech thee to send thy holy angels that under thy command and by thy power they may pursue the evil spirits and counter them in every side. Resist our bold attacks. Oh, shit. Bad CGI alert. That child's mouth just opened up huge. F a Snickers. She likes birds for a snack. She got some yams. Yeah. Oh, now the little kid's back to a normal voice. He wants a bird. Are there any of those peeps left? I love Easter. Okay, now we can see things crawling around underneath the skin of the child. You must resist, Henry. There's only 20 minutes left. Yeah, I was kind of hard on this kid actor at first, but she, whatever the hell this thing is delivering a hell of a performance. Not here. Oh boy. So once again, the old exorcism trope where there's cutting scrapes into the etch-a-sketch of a stomach and then shaking it up and making it all go back to normal and they scratch some more in. Now Amy's possessed again. Ugh, it's like herding cats. I look one way and then I look the other way. And, oh, dear Lord. Oh, shit. Now she's doing the spider walk. You guys, check that off on your bingo card. I can see how this is both disliked and liked. There's a bunch of scary crap in this, and it's presented well, but it's also a bunch of it is like cliche and overdone and kind of like silly. So yeah, I can see how it's really up to the person, and I wouldn't blame you either way if you liked it or disliked it. Russell Collier says, Father Ted. Yep, Pap says, Amy doing spider mark, check. Oh, wow. So now he's being hung with his own rosary or his like father scarf thing, the purple deal, his graduation scarf when you graduate with honors. I told you, bitch, you're all going to die. I told them too, Amy. They wouldn't listen to me either. Julia, resist. I don't know how you could lose faith. Like someone like me, I was thinking like a vampire movie or whatever. I don't believe, I'm not a believer. I'm an agnostic. The question of what happens after we die by a bunch of people who've never died is a dumb waste of time to me. So I'm not a believer. But if somebody got possessed by a demon and I saw the proof in front of me, like I would kind of believe just because I can't deny what the hell's going on in front of me unless it's an elaborate, what is it, impractical jokers or some shit. Like is Ashton Kutcher upstairs. Wow, this is an all is lost moment. The girl's possessed and choking out the mom. The younger priest is being choked out. Oh shit, the Pope is back and it's on. I've never been so excited for the return of the Pope. It was like when Adrian told Rocky to go win in Rocky 2. And now is not the time to do acid, Russell. What are we tripping balls for, bro? Like everything went blurry and microdosing mushrooms can help, but not right now it can't. Punked, exactly. That would be my first thing if I saw a possessed child. I'd be like, oh, this is clearly a show on TBS or something. But then after a while, you would just have to be like, well, yeah, I don't know. I saw everybody floating around. I guess I'm just going to have to believe it's a thing. Oh, no. So Russell has taken on, they're basically using Russell like the hog from the beginning. He's taken on the demon inside of him, and his eyes are all black, and his face is getting gross. And it's Night of the Demons. Okay, so now the crucifix, giant crucifix sculpture in the church is bleeding. Isn't that in Exorcist 3? Russell Crowe needs to hit. Are you entertained at least once? Yeah, exactly. Are you not entertained, demon? So now this is totally Amityville. Yeah, this movie, I was liking it better than Conjuring 3 because it wasn't so heavy on homage like the Conjuring 3 was. But now we've just descended into full stolen shots and ideas. Like this rain at the end, this all looks like the end of the James Brolin Amityville stuff. No, Russell ain't having it. You ain't taking me alive, sucker. And the demon calls him a prideful fool. I was thinking pretty much the same thing. Oh, and then he commits, well, he's hung himself or hanged himself. Supposedly Russell Crowe was already hung. That's how he got Nicole Kidman. But of course the rope snaps. And he's going to crawl around this house, falling apart, exploding. The chandelier is about to fall on his damn head. This is about as climax gets, kids. Oh boy. So he avoided War of the Roses, but he's going through some things. And the family is escaping in the rain happily. They don't care about Russell. He served his purpose. Hit it and quit it with Russell. Thanks for getting the kid unpossessed. See ya. Conjuring 3 I found weak compared to the first two, but I didn't like how they made the same guy so weak. I almost typed how, but I didn't want to spoil the main guy. Yeah. Oh wow. So here's the evil cardinal or whatever. The Yeah, this feels like the end of a video game or something. Like not a movie based on a documentary. This is kind of crazy. Dramatic music playing. Russell's in this damn Indiana Jones catacomb. And now a crazy, this better not be damn Virgin Mary. Oh, hell no, it is. It went full Exorcist 3 on me. Where's Patrick Ewing? Summon Fabio at once. Oh shit, psych out. I've been tricked. It's Lorona or Yenorna or whatever her name is. Oh no, run. Check. Exactly. We got to get them all. Patrick Ewing was in Exorcist 3. That's the craziest cameo. Fabio and Patrick Ewing in Exorcist 3. Oh, wow. So now, yeah, this is kind of even like, what do you call it? It reminds me of like Event Horizon or something. Like this has just gone full on hell world at the end. Russell's bleeding from the eyes and he's in this captain's chair, king's chair thing. And he's got like a big scepter talking about how he's going to excoriate dude's soul and eviscerate his memory. Like, just this was not what I was expecting. I thought something way more grounded in reality. This is wild. I'm cracking up over here. I appreciate this. Mr. Bones is like, the fuck? Exactly. Wow. And now Russell turned into Doctor Strange. Holy dick. Yeah, this is wild. Pentagrams and yeah, I thought this was going to be like The Exorcist. I'm just so blown away that we're here now with like an underground skull temple and shit. Wow. God is with you, Gabriel. Find him. Finish it, Tomas. Finish it. Russell's floating? Wow. Yeah, this was a good reaction video because I was not expecting this movie to end up here at all. There's a damn Iron Maiden, like the literal one, not a band, like in this scene. This is just ridiculous. We do need to fuck shirts. Oh my god. Oh wow, yeah. So the young priest is some like just putting the exorcism bit on Russell Crowe. Russell's mouth is getting all CGI and he's slamming into walls. They apparently got a deal on the Ember effects at the special effects house. I knew that Iron Maiden was going to have some purpose. You can't. It's Chekhov's Iron Maiden. And oh shit, it's old Bird Eater back with a mouthful of peeps and her titties are all covered in blood. It's like Carrie, but except naked. It's like The Descent or something. All the movies. This has all the movies in it. Let me get a werewolf. Can I get a werewolf? Yeah, this is Yeah, bloody demon lady is fighting one priest. Possessed peep eater is fighting the other priest. This is wow. Dramatic music intensifies. Holy shit. Okay, there we had scanners. What other movies are left? Is King Kong coming? Is a giant 30-foot gorilla going to show up? And there he pressed the. Oh, shit. So, yeah, this has turned into Constantine. This was the Exorcist for like the first hour. And now this is just, yeah, Constantine. This is crazy demons and effects and Ember. And this lady just got thrown into a fiery pit. And the effects are so much better than The Flash, though. I will say that. This is much better CGI than The Flash. Yeah, holy shit. Coughs, then groans. It looks like they've won. How much time is left? I'm not following. I'm not getting trick scared. What do we got? 11 minutes left? Y'all, I don't know. We could have 11 minutes of credits. So now we got these two in a buddy cop movie. I'm too old for this shit. I'm too young for it. Bless you, Thomas. You learned the Latin. Yeah, it's similar to Spanish. Good point. That's how I remember my Latin too. See, Russell got this little like what do you call it? Flask. Jesus. He's got a little flask and it looks like a grenade. And I kept expecting him to have like holy water in it and throw it like a grenade as soon as I saw it. No, he just keeps getting drunk. Cheers. So now these two are just sitting here all buddied up, getting drunk like the end of the thing. And now there's Father Amorth on his damn Vespa again. Ciao, babe. Going back to Italy to get some Italian ice. I bet the Olive Gardens in Italy are just delicious. They probably have the finest Olive Gardens over there. Oh, Russell's being modest about the wacky encounter they just got halved. Wow. It has not killed me yet. The church will not forget what you have done. Struck a mighty blow for our side. St. Michael would be proud. Thank God. A full report. Yep. Cardinal Sullivan has taken a sabbatical to Guam. So now there's no non-believers around. They're breaking the classic movie rule. When the monster's gone, don't dick around. We don't need anything left. Like, you've defeated the demon, and why are you setting up for the Exorcist 2 or Pope's Exorcist 2? Still poping? Electric Popaloo? The Pope's Exorcist TOO, and it's about the other dude. The Conjuring. Yeah, they are. They're hitting all the, like, I guess they figured that they can't get sued if they steal from every movie ever made. It's like, what are all the horror movies? The Vatican has purchased the abbey from the Vasquez family, and the family is safely relocated. Okay, so the family was from the U.S., so that explains why the kid was listening to the Violent Femmes. Okay, I hate loose threads. The Friar's Diary is proving very useful, and its abhorrence. So shit, this is gonna. They're trying to make this be like the Da Vinci Code of exorcisms. Like every couple of years, we're gonna bust out a new Russell Crowe solving a haunting mystery. He's back and holier than ever. Russell Crowe is Father Amorth. Not Michael Ian Black is getting his ear fixed. And then we must serve him. There's the Necronomicon. Shout out to a cameo. Is that band on the Crow soundtrack? It might be. Music turns dramatic. There's the Colosseum. So we know that they're in Italy. I would know otherwise. Father Gabriele Amorth continued to serve the afflicted until his death in Rome 2016 and wrote many books. The books are good. Yeah, I was kind of making a joke, but I think they were being, I'm serious. Like, I bet you when they came up with this, they thought this was going to be like a new Conjuring series. Like the same way that, what are their name? Ed and Lorraine Warren have all these adventures. They can tell Father Amorth adventures. Yeah. I bet if this movie did better, it probably would get a sequel. It might still. Constantine 2? Yeah. This is rated fun. Damn right, Nate. Yeah, this is kind of a fun end sequence. Like it's well shot. I give this either a real high 6 or a low 7. Like, it's better than average. I wouldn't say this is a bad movie. It's got its moments of being dumb, but all movies that are action or supernatural based or anything, it took you on a ride. I was not expecting us to end up where we ended with, like, whatever the hell was going on there with supernatural powers beyond belief. But yeah, I mean, well, let's see. I'll judge it by the Netflix system. Do I give it thumbs down, thumbs up, or 2 thumbs up? I'm making sure there's no after credits scene. Russell Crowe popping up from bed. Huh? Samuel L. Jackson meeting Russell Crowe in the Vatican and be like, I want you to join the Avengers. That was spot on, Samuel L. Jackson. Yeah, I'm going to give it a 1 thumbs up. It's not a 2 thumbs up, but it's a 1 thumbs up. I can't complain. But it definitely did hit all the damn exorcism notes. Woo-wee. We saw them all, fellas and ladies. But cheers, we made it. We didn't get possessed. We looked the devil right in the face, and we're here to be better people. I don't know. Some of us aren't better people, but, you know, maybe. Okay, I'm talking about myself. Well, the folks in the comment section are kind of like, yeah, it's fun. You know, nobody in here is like, this movie's so damn stupid, I'm mad. If you are a person who liked or disliked it, go ahead and leave it in the comments. If you're watching later on the replay, you should have said, motherfucking Avengers. Yeah, that would have been better. 2 thumbs up if I was on the mushrooms. Good call. 2 thumbs up if I was on mushrooms, for sure. Yeah, it got crazy. It started like The Exorcist, and it was grounded in like this weird, creepy Catholicism and old ancient architecture. And then towards the end, somehow we ended up in a Doctor Strange movie. I don't know how that happened, but it was a wild ride. They sold me. But I'm glad everybody joined me. We had a fun crew for this one. Late night Saturday night in the middle of the night, the witching hour. I guess that's probably it. Be sure to join me Tuesday night for Scanners with Katie popping the popcorn. And be sure to subscribe because you never can tell when I might just do one of these pop-up movie watch-alongs at any point. Shout out to Mr. Bone. Shout out to Pat Master. Shout out to Russell Collier. Shout out to Popping the Popcorn, Horror Cat Dad, and anybody else I miss. If I do, that's what they get for not hanging out longer. Mayanne was in here for a few minutes, and Kal-El as well. So yeah, I got to shout out all of them. Echo Zero es tacos. Tacos sound delicious. I have some taquitos in the fridge. I think you just sold me. Attaboy. Night, Russell. Night, everyone else. Thanks, guys. You're the best. You're great, Pat Master. I appreciate you hanging out, Nate. That was cool, buddy. You're a fun person to have in the chat. You keep the party live. I like it. All right, guys. You have a good night. You have a good Sunday. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. No Sunday scaries. All right, you guys are awesome. Take care. Oh, as I hit nothing. Yes, I want to stop streaming. Stop it. Hit OK.